Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode, and also welcome to my channel. My name is Stan, and I am the Shadow Seeker. And I wish to do a very special reading for my beautiful and high vibrational collective of specific individuals. This will be episode 8, and I wanted to do something a little bit different here. Some people in the collective know that one of the spiritual practices that I have is doing a monthly reading or sort of like a monthly forecast on myself just to kind of see and ascertain what energies I am going to be shifting into from month to month. And for me, this is a really beautiful sort of mindfulness type of practice that I've kind of started doing because I have a tarot journal where I typically record a lot of my readings. And I love doing this monthly reading because I like to see how I expand and how I grow. Because one thing that is very certain for the way that this world works is change is constant. So I really love seeing how I'm shifting, whether that's shifting timelines or shifting into new energies, whatever that shift may look like. So I thought it would be a great idea to share a collective monthly forecast. And that's my intention for this particular reading. So some people in the collective already know how I go about doing this particular reading because it's a very unique spread that I came up with for myself personally. I feel like if I was to really fully explain how I go about doing this particular spread, this video would be a lot more lengthier than what my typical videos are. So I will just kind of skip that whole sort of process, but I'll be as very descriptive as I possibly can. And I might actually do this moving forward for this particular channel. I might make this kind of like a monthly thing. So this is very, very exciting for me. And I think I'll just pretty much just jump into the reading. So I'm going to start by shuffling my tarot deck, the one that I use for all of my collective readings. Okay, so to open this reading, we have the Four of Pentacles in the upright position, and this is also paired with the Queen of Swords in the reverse position. Now, what I like to do for my monthly reading is to sort of ascertain the energy, the current energy of who we are right now. So these cards represent us for the type of energy that we are embodying right now in the present moment. And so with this Four of Pentacles, I'm getting this really heavy energy here of someone being very cautious. They are, or I should say, we are really cautious right now when it comes to our resources. We're very sort of security oriented. So we may come across as very conservative in our approach to finances. And we also may be a little defensive or closed off with our body language. I'm also getting something about our emotions at this time. Now, I don't know exactly who I'm channeling specifically here, but I won't say that a lot of this is for everyone in the collective, but I do feel like there are specific individuals that are embodying this type of energy right now. I know for me personally, when it comes to this type of energy, I am very cautious right now of my finances and where my money is going. I really have enjoyed a lot of 2024 personally because of a lot of the expansion that I have personally went through this year. But financially speaking, it would seem that towards the middle of the year, there was this sort of major sort of shift when it came to how I was manifesting money and how I was using it as a particular resource when it came to material things. And there was sort of this like emergency that I kind of had to go through. And so it really put me in this energy for the remainder of the year. So I'm really manifesting right now, shifting out of this particular energy because I don't want money to sort of weigh me down or make me feel really restricted when it comes to my day to day activities and my lifestyle. And I get the feeling that there are a few people in the collective that share my mindset right now. So I really feel like we will be shifting out of this particular conservative energy when it comes to our resources. But I do feel that for the people that I am speaking to in this particular collective, that there has been this sort of push to really be overly cautious about where your money is going because of whatever financial burdens or responsibilities you have right now. So, money is definitely a very big kind of thing that's really important to a lot of people in the collective that I'm truly feeling. I'm really feeling that the reason why there's a lot of cautiousness is because of some sort of fear of financial loss or instability. And it's really making you be a lot more frugal when it comes to sort of letting go in a sense, or, being sort of callous where it comes to spending your money. If that means like you typically would, you know, drop, I don't know, 20, 50, $100, for an expensive meal, very frequently, or if you, buy a lot of lottery tickets, if you smoke cigarettes or drink, alcohol, go to the ABC store, that kind of thing, maybe you're tending to go to, alternative routes to sort of satisfy those needs, or you're really kind of, being really focused on trying to manifest more assets, more material assets for yourself. So that way, you're not stuck in this sort of limbo cycle when it comes to money, if that makes sense. Now, I'm also getting something about this particular month before we shift out of this particular energy where you've been really guarded from a lot of external threats, and this could be something dealing with the heart space that I'm picking up on. I really feel like that's for someone very specific within the collective. This won't be for everybody, but there could have been a lot of matters of the heart that have affected your heart chakra in a sense. And I'm really sensing that you've built this sort of wall or this sort of energetic shield to prevent yourself from going down a path that you've once walked before, where you don't want to be hurt by a lot of these same lower vibrational patterns, is what it really feels like. This is going to be very specific for a very specific somebody within the collective. So this won't be for everybody, but there may have been some sort of challenge when it came to some sort of relationship dynamic throughout the month of December. And it's really put you in this sort of space where you want to, kind of draw like boundaries, energetic boundaries for yourself to protect your energy. And, in a lot of previous episodes, I really mentioned how essential it is to protect your energy at this particular time. So, whatever intuition or gut feelings that you're having right now, I definitely suggest listening to those. Your intuition is not going to steer you in the wrong direction. So, I really feel that it's very essential that if you get some sort of signal, trust it and just surrender to it. It's really going to be very beneficial for you right now. Now, with this Queen of Swords energy reversed, I'm really getting the sense that a lot of people in the collective are in this sort of headspace where they are emotionally detached. So it really feels like there's this sense of being sort of separated from any kind of heart chakra elements or dynamics, or really not being ruled by the heart space, being more ruled by your rational thinking. But it really is coming across in this sort of stern kind of way. I'm also picking up something like where you might be coming across kind of aloof at the same time, too. Your physical demeanor right now could be a reflection of being extremely guarded and very emotionally distant. And I'm also picking up something about you're really taking your rational thinking to sort of like this extreme where to the outside, it's being perceived that you're kind of in this hermit mode almost, or you're consciously wanting to alienate yourself from others to create some sort of emotional distance. So, again, this really kind of goes back to whoever I'm channeling in this collective, where it seems like you may have been hurt by someone or something, some sort of emotional dynamic, and you're trying to separate yourself from that. Or it could be that you're in a emotional dynamic with somebody, like a romantic connection is what I'm picking up on, and things may not have went very well for you in the month of December, and so it's really putting you in this perceived sense where you're kind of being overly critical, or you're really having difficulty connecting with your partner on an emotional level. And it really seems like you're trying to look at things from more of a logical lens, more of this sort of like analyzing everything, with your rational mind and less with your heart. So I don't know why, but I'm really picking up on like, I can't remember which sign it is. I don't know why I want to say Virgo energy, but this is not Virgo energy because this would be Earth sign energy. And the Queen of Swords is air sign energy. So that would be Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. But it's just this strong sense of overanalyzing everything in a sense. So it's really like you've just kind of let your emotions, kind of be switched off in a sense, almost like you just flip the switch and you're like, okay, no more emotions. Like, I'm only going to jump into these dynamics with a rational mind. And it's just really kind of created this energetic boundary or this sort of signal to others that you don't want to be messed with. You don't want to be approached. You don't want to be in something that really what I'm getting, you don't want to be in something that you're not aligned with in a sense. Like you're trying to forcibly remove yourself from certain energetic dynamics that you feel like are not serving you, but it's making you be perceived in this sort of like, I'm not really sure if I can say this, but in this sort of like bitchiness kind of energy is what I'm kind of getting, or just a very like cold, detached, bitter kind of energy. The Queen of Swords reversed is someone that does come across as very cold, and I'm kind of getting like calculated in a sense where I'm trying to think of a really good example that I could use. Maybe like Maleficent from like Disney or the Evil Queen, somebody that really just has this sort of like demeanor about them where you can't approach them with any type of emotions because they will just cut you and sort of tear you down in a sense. So it's really kind of sad energy in a sense. Not sad like someone is sad, but just more sad that it's like people want to connect with you, but you're not kind of giving them the chance in a sense. But it's like there's a reason behind all of this, behind all of this sort of intimidating presence that you're kind of, putting on, or this like thick skin that you're kind of putting on in a sense. But it's like you're masking something in a sense. So that feels very specific for somebody too. That doesn't feel like that's all at the collective. So I'm not sure exactly who I'm channeling there, but this is the current energy that we're all sort of embodying right now. I will say that for me, I have felt sort of detached in a sense, but I feel like I'm really working on that. And I still feel this shift in energy. So I really want to see what the sort of theme in the sense for next month will be, what we'll be shifting towards going into January, into the new year. So as we shift into the theme, so to speak, of the month for January 2025, we have the Hierophant here in the reverse position. And quite strongly, I am picking up this energy of rebelling against the status quo, or in a sense, challenging conformity. So there seems to be this sense of someone in the collective here, or the majority of us, in sort of this autopilot state. I'm really picking up that we are kind of going about things in this very routine type of way. And it's like part of our spirit is wanting to challenge that or sort of battle against it. And I'm really getting the sense of like we are wanting to be set free in a sense. So this feels like some sort of like oppressed type of energy. And that's really not what the Hierophant is about. It's really not about that type of being restricted to something or being chained down to something. But I'm really getting the sense that someone in the collective is wanting to be unbridled right now, or be set free, or be set loose and kind of go about things in a more free spirited way. On a spiritual standpoint, I'm really getting this feeling that we are trying to explore these new ideas and perspectives that are going to facilitate something within our own spiritual journey. And I'm really feeling that we are sort of questioning or challenging our beliefs and values at this time, or we will be shifting into this particular type of energy. So I really feel like there's going to be a lot of inner reflection, a lot of self reflection on where it is we're trying to go, and where it is that our soul is sort of guiding us to or calling us to at this particular time as we shift into January 2025. I'm really getting something here that we want to break away from tradition and really find our own unique path, whatever truly aligns with us and our personal values and beliefs. And I'm really getting some sort of message here from the universe about embracing our uniqueness and our individuality. And this will help us to explore new spiritual concepts. So I know a lot of people in the collective right now are really sort of either questioning their faith, or they're really looking for something, or sort of actively seeking for something. So I know that there's like a particular individual that I'm speaking to that they do a lot of research on a lot of new age spirituality concepts, and try to find things that really truly align for them for their own spiritual path. And I really feel like everyone in the collective is really kind of doing this right now in their own particular way. So I really feel like that type of expansion is very, very beautiful. But I know it can really present a lot of challenges because, at a sense, it really feels like a lot of us are at sort of like this crossroads, or what I'm kind of envisioning is this like yellow brick road where it's like there's just multiple routes. Like I know the yellow brick road, particularly what I'm speaking of from The Wizard of Oz, is really just this sort of like straight path that kind of leads you to Emerald City. But I'm really picking up on this particular energetic vision that I'm sensing right now, that there's this like winding array, or like a plethora of different routes that can be taken to get to Emerald City. And not each route is for each person. It really feels like we are trying to build our own route in a sense because certain routes lead us down certain energetic pathways that are really not in true alignment with us. Some of them even sort of take us backwards where we're really trying to expand outward and go forward. So, again, it really feels like this is a strong time to really trust our intuition and our gut feelings, or if you hear voices, even, whatever is calling to you right now, it's like you should really trust that because it's going to guide you to where you need to be, is what it really truly feels like. Now, this is very specific, but I'm picking up on a thread of energy right now that's centered around career. And I do know that there are specific individuals within the collective that are really feeling very stagnant or very stuck when it comes to certain career dynamics. And it really feels like they want to be doing anything but the mundane or whatever they're doing that is really sort of making them feel stuck in the mud, whether that's some sort of artistic pursuits or for some strange reason food. I'm not sure why I'm getting that kind of imagery right now, but something centered around food or something in maybe like the entertainment industry is what I'm kind of getting as well. But something that really is truly fulfilling in a sense, even kind of goes back to like childhood for some strange reason that I'm picking up on that kind of thread of energy. But it really seems like this particular card for the theme of the month is really challenging how you can integrate that into your existing path right now. Because if you're really thinking about that, or if that's sort of coming up for you, then this is like really meant for you, is what it feels like. It's like the universe is saying, this is something that you've kind of put on the back burner for a while. And it's almost like it's sort of presenting this back to you or reflecting it back to you in a very constant manner for you to really reflect on, because I'm sort of feeling like the time is really now for you to really be thinking about how you can jump onto that specific timeline or manifest that for you in the 3D. So I guess that's something to really think about for that particular channeled energy for the collective. Now, I want to shift into this part of the reading. After I ascertain what the theme is of the month, I always like to see what particular situations will arise in the upcoming month. And I usually pull three cards to represent three specific situations that will present themselves based on this current energy. So I would like to do that now. I'm going to shuffle again and see what three specific situations we will be encountering shifting into the month of January 2025. So we are presented here with the Nine of Wands for a situation that will come up for us shifting into the month of January 2025. Immediately, I'm picking up this thread of energy of dealing with a lot of past trials, whether that's with, for some reason, I'm getting money again, whether that's with money, career, finances, personal burdens with money is what I'm really picking up strongly. And this could also be relationship dynamics as well for certain group of individuals within the collective. And I'm also picking up personal struggles, whether that's dealing with insecurities, anxiety, or self doubt, self limiting beliefs. I'm picking up on that particular thread of energy very heavily now. So it really feels as if the majority of the collective is going to be shifting into a phase of resilience and perseverance and being prepped or preparing for the final challenge before reaching a significant goal or milestone. And even though it feels as if the pressure is sort of mounting at this particular time, or there'll be a particular phase, maybe like a week or two of feeling as if we really need to stand our ground on something. I'm really seeing that as long as we stand our ground and we're very persistent, we will definitely persevere against whatever it is that we feel is holding us back. And we will definitely be able to achieve whatever this particular goal is. So, despite the challenges, I'm really seeing us coming out on top. We essentially are embodying a lot of this wounded warrior type of energy. I've heard a lot of different tarot readers call this particular card the wounded warrior, and it really feels that way. It really feels that no matter what we are faced with, whatever types of obstacles or challenges, we are really holding on to our strength and our integrity right now to deal with a lot of these different complexities that could be causing us a lot of what it feels like emotional strain at this particular time. It could be centered around a lot of unresolved issues either with a particular person or particular energetic dynamics. But I'm really seeing that we will definitely have the resilience that will lead us to a successful completion of whatever types of goals or objectives that we are going to be encountering in the month of January 2025. I'm now shuffling and I have drawn the Empress energy. Wow, this is really wonderful. I really love the Empress card. The Empress is just such a very abundant, beautiful energy, and it's definitely one of my favorite cards in all of tarot. And so I'm really seeing a lot of us in the collective really shifting into this very beautiful Empress energy of unconditional love, abundance, and for some reason, I'm really sensing a lot of, I don't know why I'm getting like this feeling of sensitivity. That's really kind of strange to say when it comes to this particular type of energy dynamic, but I'm really seeing a shift more into a nurturing mindset, definitely going into a more creative mindset as well. So that could be very specific for a lot of the artistic energies that I've been feeling throughout this particular reading. That could be for a very specific somebody. And I'm really seeing us going through a shift or a period of prosperity and comfort. It's really funny that this came out right after this Nine of Wands energy because this could be indicating here that after we go through this resilient period, going into the next month that this could be confirmation right here that we could be going into a more prosperous, comforting type of energy where we're really just filled with a lot of growth and expansion and really nourishing ourselves and becoming a lot more abundant in all aspects of our lives. And I'm really feeling this energy very heavily. It's just such a positive and harmonious type of energy. And I'm really seeing us fostering for ourselves a lot of loving and caring energy and really just being in this sense of maintaining a lot of harmony and just this wonderful, again, thriving, nurturing type of healthy energy. So I really feel like I'm kind of speaking to a divine feminine here within the collective or the people that really resonate with the divine feminine type of energy. I really see the divine feminines here really embodying this particular type of energy dynamic. And it just feels very, very strong and just very like well centered, well focused, and well within our power. And just knowing that we deserve everything that we receive, just being in this very receptive type of energy in all aspects of our life. And this is very beautiful because it really feels like after experiencing a time of recovery, again, this is like confirmation that we will be in this very prosperous type of energy and just completely fulfilled going into the month of January. And it's just wonderful. Okay, so now I'm picking up this energy with, okay, we had the Five of Swords here. So, okay. So, one thing I know about fives in tarot, and I just want to point out that I'm not really, I guess, inept when it comes to numerology in tarot, but I do know that fives in tarot represent conflict. So, there could be a situation that comes up in the month of January that I'm sensing here, some sort of tension or conflict. And it really seems like it's centered around particular people. So this could be a romantic type of situation, platonic, or something I'm really getting centered around career again. I don't know why that's coming out so heavily within the collective, but it really feels like there could be some sort of tension dynamic when it comes to career. But one thing I do know about this card in the upright position, it really talks about like confrontations, disagreement, but it talks about some sort of like struggle when it comes to like competition or some sort of competitive dynamic. And that seems really interesting because I don't really know where this could be coming from, but this could be like a very specific type of energy that I'm feeling for a very specific type of person or people or individuals within the collective. And it could be some sort of like conflict when it comes to trying to outdo somebody or outdo one another. And I'm just getting really like this strong thread of like turbulent energy in someone's environment. And it's just really filled with a lot of power struggles. Now, that really feels more like it's centered around some sort of relationship dynamic. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic, it could be platonic, but it really seems like in order to combat that type of unhealthy balance of energy when it comes to that particular power struggle, it seems like communication and the need for compromise and understanding would be very crucial to prevent the type of ego clashing that I'm kind of sensing right now. I don't know why I'm getting that particular type of energy very strongly. I hope none of this sounds really vague, but I really feel like I can't really get more specific. Um, I should probably clarify just to see like if I can channel more into this particular type of energy dynamic. Okay, so I've drawn the Six of Cups reversed to clarify this Five of Swords energy. So immediately I'm picking up very heavily now that this particular conflict is centered around some sort of relationship dynamic from the past, something that we are unwilling to let go here, some sort of energetic dynamic. So I'm picking up that it could be some sort of like divine connection, like some sort of soulmate connection, or possibly twin flame, or karmic connection, some sort of connection like that, that was very heavy in a sense, or I'm really picking up like bad vibes. I don't know why, but like when I say bad vibes, it's more like that's how that particular connection was perceived. So maybe there's still some sort of like bad blood between this particular energetic dynamic, relationship dynamic that I'm picking up on. And it could be the sense that someone here is not willing to let go of something that occurred in the past. And they're really stuck on maybe a particular thread of energy of hurt or betrayal in a sense that I'm picking up on. And it's really preventing them from transitioning or shifting into a more positive light. So it really feels as if, in order for you to move past that particular type of energetic dynamic that I'm picking up on, you would need to sort of accept the way things were in that particular relationship dynamic, accept it for what it was, for what it is, and continue to expand and grow and take whatever lessons you learned from that particular energetic dynamic with this other person And it could be people too. It may not be to one specific person, it could be several people as well. But whatever this hurt or this pain was, it's really crucial that when you step into this new energy, when you shift into this new energy of the upcoming year, that you learn to release what was and accept what is and be able to take whatever you can take from that particular dynamic and utilize that moving forward. Because I'm really picking up on this is like strange for me to say, but change is constant. I guess that's not really strange to say because it is definitely sort of like a universal law in a sense where the only thing constant is change. So if you continue holding on to this old timeline, it's only going to keep you stagnant or keep you in limbo in a sense and prevent you from expanding to your highest potential, is what it feels like. So I feel like that's very specific for only a small group in the collective. So that may not resonate for everybody, but that's exactly what I'm picking up on. And it really feels like a strong sense of almost resentment or as if like you're very objective to what happened in the past. There's a lot of past baggage that's sort of affecting the potential for something new to happen here. So again, it really is crucial to let go of a lot of this old stagnant energy. So I'm really picking up that in order to really move forward, you would have to let go in a sense of a lot of this assemblage of negative energy that's essentially holding you back. And it's really a lot of sad energy that I'm picking up on too. So I'm really picking up on a lot of hurt and betrayal and a lot of pain or a lot of negative emotions associated with this particular type of dynamic. So it just really feels very, very like a weighted type of energy, very, held down in a sense. So it's really, really kind of sad energy here that I'm really feeling. So, okay, so I am being really conscious of the timer, and I notice that I tend to really upload a lot of long videos in a sense, or it seems like these readings kind of carry on into these really long, lengthy types of videos. So I'm thinking about splitting this particular type of video into a part two. I hope that's okay with everyone, but it just would make it a lot easier for me to be able to upload a part one and a part two. So that way we're not, having these long, drawn out types of reading videos. So I will pause this reading here or sort of stop it here, and we will continue on with the next set of energies in the next video. So that will be episode 9, which will be part two of this particular type of reading that I'm doing here. And we'll pick up right where we left off. So I hope in part one, there was something for everyone in the collective. This really feels so far very generally positive types of energy dynamics. And it really seems like we are shifting into a more lucrative type of energetic dynamic moving into January. But whatever this is right here with this Five of Swords and clarifying with the Six of Cups reversed, this really feels like the need to really let go of all of that baggage and all of that weight that is really preventing something new and fresh coming in the month of January. So I really hope that whoever I'm speaking to within the collective has the capacity to do so. I actually truly believe that you do have the capacity to overcome a lot of these energetic burdens or dynamics that are weighing you down right now. So definitely stick to whatever mindfulness practices you have. Okay, so I will end things here and we will do a part two. So I will see everyone in the next video.